Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at Laura. Still not used to that. A game that's very clearly aimed at girls between like 4 and 7, maybe around that, probably below the age of 10. So who could be more qualified and warranted to talk about it than a grown man? That started off as a joke, but realizing some things, it's probably weirdly fitting. Yeah, I'm not sure how big of a game this is. I'm not sure if anybody really knows it, if anybody cares about it. I've never heard of it. I think I've seen these things, or I've definitely seen at least one doll of this. I think I had one as a kid. I don't have a clue if I'm making that up. I've definitely seen something that looks like this. Why did I play this? Problem with my laptop. My Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 was kind of derailed because I had to get back in my own time. Wanted to play something short while I catch up. Went to the emulator list and just looked at ROMs. My plan was Lego Island. Saw this, L, and I went in as blind as I possibly could. I literally saw the box art, couldn't believe what I was looking at, downloaded it, and just went. I even got recording ready and just went in blind. I fully expect I would turn it on and be like, oh, this is terrible. But surprisingly, and I thought I'd just delete it after. I just be like, okay, back to Lego Island. But surprisingly, it was actually a little bit of a hidden gem. There's also a version on PC, but it was like, I don't know if it was ported or like a different version on Game Boy Color. The PC version looks huh, actually not bad. Noted on the list. Next thing I would expect to see this here very soon because I'm in. Yeah, like I said, it's a game directed to very young kids. Like the most complicated thing you'll do in this game is some mini games, which most 90% of them are literally just as simplistic as possible. There was one I failed at a bunch of times, but we'll get to that. Embarrassing, humiliating, terrible. But yeah, basically your job is to collect 5 gems, which will allow you to like free a fairy princess. I didn't even look at the story. I did, but you know, left me very quickly. Not very. It's not a story focused game. And throughout the game, you'll talk to people. They'll have a problem, and you'll go around solving their little whatever they tell you to do. Like at start, Dad wants you to do a few things to. They're gonna put together an anniversary present for your mom, for his wife. So you'll go to the florist, get a flower, do a mini game to get a bunch of flowers, and then you bring them back, and you tell you get a bow and a pigeon to deliver it to her. They live in the same house. Weird, but yeah. That's essentially the formula. You'll either just go to person and talk to person, get the item, then go to the next person. Somebody has to find the item, one of which drove me crazy because you have an arrow usually pointing to where you have to go, at least to the for the mission. And it had it pointed to the house, but the thing I had to find a little basket was like down here, but the guard in the house was saying it's nearby. The arrow was pointing to the house. I had to look up a guide, which is shameful. If I was doing my own time just playing myself, I probably would have looked more, but when you're playing for something, no excuses. I'd look up a guide for a game, probably like genuinely, probably target at 4 year olds. uh, the mini games themselves, as you can probably expect, with like 11 or 12, they're varied. Most of them are surprisingly good. For like, maybe I'm overhyping the game because, like I said, I went in completely blind, zero expectations, except honestly, I expected garbage. For this random, like, looking at this, would you expect high quality from that? With no other context, but so maybe I am just like over exaggerating about how good it is, but not that I'm saying it's amazing or anything. But the minigames are surprisingly decent. There's one that's like a matching game, it's like a bunch of hedges, you have to match the patterns, so there might be 3 things in the corner here, and then down here it'd be like on the bottom right, and they match. It kind of stopped being fun once you figured out like the top left matches to the bottom right, no, the full left matches to the full on right. It's very clearly patterned. It's not randomized, so that kind of ruins it. But before you know that, it's fun. Might as well go over and raw. There's not that much, and there's nothing else about apart from the mini games, except for it looks fucking bizarre. I don't know what these things are. Like I said, I think I had one of these. I'm not even sure if that's a thing, but I feel like I've seen this guy before. The actual top-down gameplay is shockingly charming. It actually reminds me of Metabots on the Game Boy Advance. I don't know why. I mean, I guess top-down game kind of similar graphics. Even the font kind of reminds me a little bit. Yeah, after you do that one, you get to do a maze mini game, which is actually kind of good. You blow a whistle and that gives you an arrow to where the music note kind of points towards the pictures. Once you figure it out, it's actually surprisingly fun. I don't know why that just tickled me in the right way. It's like blow a note. Oh, and then you don't realize at the start. Well, you mightn't. If you're not a dumbass like me, you might. But when you do realize, oh, the note is going towards the bird, and then you have to follow. It's surprisingly fun. Ignore me getting up a picture of them to make sure I don't forget any. That was day one's mini games. Day two were absolute crap. First, you get a rhythm game for babies. So I'm not exaggerating. The notes are coming at you like A, A, B. They almost tried to fix this up a bit by having four. Because you're feeding a baby, and there's like, oh, it'll have the instructions on the screen where up will be like a bottle, down will be his food, whatever. And you think up, down, left, and right, that could add a variety. Up appeared twice, down appeared like 5 or 6 times towards the end. So for the entire majority of it was just like, it was so slow, it was almost harder to deal with because you just feel off to the point where like, hurry, hurry up, please. If it was a bit faster or a bit more varied, it would have been fun, but easily the worst day mini games. And the second one was a jump rope one where it was like, not as much jump rope as float rope. It would, in about 4 frames per second, go whoop, 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 and you have to jump up and you stay in the air for like 5 seconds. It was almost a struggle of trying to jump at the right time so you wouldn't land on it. Also, incredibly slow and stressful. That, like, too easy can be more stressful than too hard when it's done exactly wrong. Then it's only have to find chicken eggs, which actually surprisingly fun. This was the next day, so better. Only day two was bad. They're just skipping rope in the rhythm game. The chicken one, you walk around, you find some hay bales, push, egg will be under it. You can't push it too far left because it's in a very specific spot. I don't think it's failable, but you can mess up a little bit. I thought it was cute. Then there's only you catch acorns. They'll drop from the sky. There's good acorns and bad. I don't know why I call them poisonous ones, but you're not supposed to get them. Maybe because in most games it would be poison or something. The only reason I love this one so much is because her running animation in this game with the basket is genuinely one of the most adorable things I've ever fucking seen. Just what to run like that with it, I don't know what it was. It warmed my heart. Then there was this was only like 3 mini games. There was a very bizarre cookie game. It was like one here, one here, one here, one here. For the top left, it was like up and B, down and B, up and A, down and A. I swear, I would just be here like nothing would happen, and sometimes like I do the same thing. It was like finally, God, and you just stop a cat from grabbing him. Eventually, it seemed to work out. I think the only reason I did this in my first goal because the cat would generally he'd go top left, top bottom left. He'd kind of wave his paw, trying to decide which one he wanted, but it was always like not the top one, not the bottom. And then he'd grab the top one. It was always like in three, so that kind of helped. Then it was oh God, what the fuck am I looking at? Sorry, I'm just looking at a picture of all the mini games in terms of like if you see here, it has like a little just a image of all of them, like a thumbnail of all of them. That's what I was using as my base as well here. Yeah, then there was only had to find jewelry. It was just a kind of a side-scrolling platform thing. Surprise, not difficult, but it didn't baby you. You had to go like on the first one. You'd try to get the most easy path, the most obvious path would be just go around like that kind of like that. But there was also little things up here that it took me 3 goes to get it just because the ones up here, and I think it was just bad design because there was a bunch of platforms from the bottom. So if you went down to the bottom and tried to jump, there was some weirdly tight platforms. It's like here and here, and if you tried to jump between, it just did a bad jump. So you was like, ooh, nope. But I enjoyed that one. The one that broke me. It took me with 6 goals. Basically, it's as simple as fuck when you know. No, you don't even have to know what you're doing. It's fucking easy. And I don't know how I failed sometimes. You had to fill up 2 pouches of fireworks. Blue would fall down. You'd all have like 2 colors fall down. You all you had to get orange and blue. So it might be like orange and green, and you just had to get the orange. Orange and blue, get them both. If you miss one, it takes away 10 seconds. If you get the wrong one, like if you get a blue into the red, red into blue, green into whatever, it drains, I think, all of your collected stuff, which was, you had to do like 10 of each before you can move on to the next level. 2 levels. Same time limit. I'd always fuck up. I'd either knock the wrong one in, deleting everything, or I'd get miss a few. The most annoying thing was you can press it down. You can't speed it up, but you can press down to like instantly do it. But once you press down, it's just like it instantly goes in. My first attempt, I didn't even know I could do that, and I was this close. Like I genuinely was one or two away from winning. Yeah, 5 or 6 attempts knowing I could do it, no luck. And then I eventually did do it, and it was like a perfect run with like 100 seconds left. Then you do the same as the egg one, but with mushrooms. I have nothing to say about this. It's a fun one. The mushrooms are cool, but it's exactly the same thing. One that isn't listed here for some reason, you get to play Simon, which goes from like 3 in a row to like 8 in a row. It was heart pounding. Like when you get to the end, I didn't even know it was like doing the same one every time I first. I thought it was randomized. But my heart was racing when I did it. And then finally get to the last one, which is another side scrolling one, but you have to collect 6 fairies and sprinkle salt on them. This was actually really fun. It, like, again, not mind blowing challenge or anything, but it was for what this game is. It was actually a challenge. It took me a few goes to do it. On my second go, I accidentally quit. In every other level, you can just go back to the tutorial and go right back into a level. But because this doesn't count, I guess, you just quit. Back before Simon for me. Fucking annoying. One thing that blew my mind was it's like really it's just a very simple thing. There's like 2 of each colour fairy, 6 in total. You just sprinkle salt on them. That's it. Get 6 of them, you win. Surprisingly low time limit. Was let's check. What was it? What was the exact time limit? I'm not sure if they're exactly in seconds, but we'll say 200 seconds. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to find 6 things for a baby game. Decent challenge. The reason this sticks out so much to me though. At one point, there was a fairy in a white cage. I swear she's so blended into the background, I couldn't even fucking see her. Even knowing where she was, I could barely find her in the future times. The only reason it worked out is because, for whatever reason, I paused the game and I did something really quick by myself. And when I tried to jump, I pressed the wrong button. And instead of jumping, I threw some salt and I just happened to be in the right spot. It was one of the most crazy lucky things that has ever happened to me in a game. I actually couldn't believe it. Just because I had to be standing in the right spot, facing the right way, and didn't and tried to jump away, but instead threw salt. That may be the only reason I got to do this level at all without having to look up a walkthrough, or without just some serious, like, real heavy exploring. And I'm on a 50-inch TV. Can you imagine? Like, this is my phone. Look at this. It's like the size of my hand. The Game Boy Color screen would probably just imagine trying to find that on this. Look at this fucking this. While you're trying to squinch over trying to find out a back. Ooh. God, I wish this thing worked. All the things I go through. I spilled water. It's a lot of water. But after that, you get to free the princess. You get one wish. You get to rescue the fairy princess. You get one wish. Oh, I mean, she's just a kind-hearted girl. What's she gonna wish for? World peace, a cake for her parents' anniversary, something nice. Nope, to be a princess. And I respected the hell out of it. I was like, you know what? You've done enough for people. Wish for something for yourself. To be a terribly, terribly dressed princess. Like, I don't know. I can't. Very princessy outfit. Oh no, it looks terrible. But yeah, that's Laura. This gone longer than I expected. I didn't think I'd be able to talk about this long. Shut up, me. Before I have another 40-minute garbage on my hands. Overall, up for like a random looking game that I just picked out of nowhere, and I had zero expectations for. Honestly, a surprisingly hidden gem. I'm not going to say it's a fantastic game or anything, but I did enjoy it way more than I thought I would. It's very charming. The music is like when you do something right in one of the mini games. Sometimes the sound it gives you to tell you did it right. I don't know how you can be sad with that sound. Like, it makes you feel just okay. It just makes you feel good, like you really did something. Yeah, I'll give, if I'm going to rank this game or give the game a rating, 6 out of 10. Overall, it's short, it doesn't do much, but you know, for a game directed for babies, I think it does just enough, and I honestly had a shockingly good time with this. But yeah, Laura, go check it out. It's very, very cute and wholesome.